Hello everyone. Today we are going to see fourth unit of programming and problem solving, that is strings. Let's see what is exactly a string. Definition of a string. A string in Python is a sequence of characters, or you may say that strings are collection of characters, which means that when we combine number of characters together, it becomes an string. Also, in Python, string is an derived data type. Let's see how to declare a string in Python. As you can see over here, strings can be declared with single quotes, double quotes, or even triple quotes. Generally, triple quotes are used whenever we are having a big string. That means a string which will extend to number of lines, that is for multiple lines. Now let's see how to declare a string within single quotes, double quotes, or even triple quotes. Here are the three examples how we can declare a string. So here I am having a variable name. So name is equal to, within single quotes I can declare a string. That is, all the characters will be together. That is nothing but a string. Next type of option in which we can declare a string by using double quotes. In double quotes also we can declare a string. And the third last option is with triple quotes we can declare a string. Here triple quotes means we are using the three single quotes for deriving this triple quotes. So these are all the options in which a string can be declared. Now let's see how is indexing of a string. So exactly indexing means we have already seen the data types, that is list, dictionaries. As we have seen that dictionaries are having key, but list, tuple are also having an indexing whose index starts from 0. So likewise these strings or these characters within the strings are having some indexes so that we can access one by one character of a string. For example, here I have given some example. This production is nothing but a single string. So this particular character of a string can be referenced or can be found out by using these indexes or indices. So there are two ways in which we can give the indexing to this string. The normal indexing starts with 0 and goes by increasing one by one. That means 0, 1, 2, 3 and etc. The second type of indexing, which is known as negative indexing, it starts with the last character of the string with the number -1. That is negative numbering. Remember that positive indexing starts with the first character and with 0. Negative indexing starts with -1 and that too with the last character of the string. That means if I want to access u from this string, then I can access its the value u by using the index either 4 or -6. This will be again clear with the next example. Here is the example. I have declared a string corona. So here if I give the indexing with both the terms, then here C will have with positive indexing 0, O will have 1 and likewise up to 5. And for negative indexing, I'll start with the last character A and with the number -1. So it will have the indexing towards the left hand side, that is -1, -2, -3, -4 and so on. So now simply what I have done, I have given a command that is print the whole string. So print str. So it will give me the output corona, right? Now if I print str, that is name of the string and the index within the square bracket, and I have given the value 2. So as you can see over here, I am having a value 2 for r. So it should display in the output the variable or the character r. Likewise, if I give print str -4, as you can see here -4 is also for the character r, it should give me the output that is, it should give me the output R. So here also it gives me the output R. You may execute this and check it out. So this is how in two ways we can give index to the strings. Now let's see next part. Next part is string immutable. So what do you mean by immutable? Immutable is nothing but the string which is declared is non-changeable. That means we cannot make changes in the string. So what do you mean by making changes in the string? That means, as you can see over in this example, suppose in case I want to replace this R with any of the other character. So it is not allowed in strings. That means string doesn't allow me to change the characters. Same thing you can see in the tuple also. Tuple also doesn't allows you to update, neither delete nor replace the elements. Same way strings also doesn't allow you to change the characters within it. You can directly delete the whole string, but you cannot delete the characters within the string. As you can see in the example, here I am trying to replace the second position character by Z, but it gives me the type error. Same way here also I have given you the example that delete string, and that means delete the third element of this string, right? But this is not permitted. But if you directly delete the whole string, that is del str, it is permitted. So likewise we can say string is immutable. That means we cannot update neither delete the elements within the string, or I can say characters within the string. Next topic is string formatting. So what do you mean by string formatting? Simply, in how many different ways we can display our string within some formats. Here the percent operator is used, or which allows us to print what they want. Simply, in simple terms, if we want to say, suppose I am printing a sentence, hello, my name is, and after that is I want to display a particular string which is entered by the user. So in such cases, when I want to display a particular string or even any number etc. at specific place within some sentence, at that time I can use this operator. So percentage operator is being used here for formatting a string. See here, as you can see an example, I have declared a variable John, right? So here I am printing the sentence, hello, my name is. Now after is, I can directly write John over here, or if it is being entered by the user, if it is not predefined, I should write the variable name over here. So when I want to display such type of things, so instead of directly writing the variable name over here, I can write the %s operator. Here S stands for string. Later we are going to see what exactly we are using the format specifiers for different types of data. So for string we are using S. So along with this % operator we are using this S, and after that again the name of variable whose value we want to display over this position is being written here. That means the value which is stored within the variable name will be replaced at this position. See here you can see the output. Here the sentence will be printed, hello, my name is. So after is, here it was %s. So instead of this it will replace the value of this variable, that is John. Again in second example you can say, here I have declared name and age, these two variables. So in printing, if I want name and its age in between the sentence, then I can directly write for name, which is a string, I will be writing %s. Age, which is a decimal number, I will be writing %d. So, and the rest of the sentence over it as it is. So after the double quotes, I have to again show the % operator, that is Now instead of saying it as a percent operator, we should call it as a formatting operator or format operator, and in bracket you have to give the number of formatting you have given over here, the same number of variables you have to write over here. So again for %s, again the string variable, and for the number variable. So these values which are stored in these variables will be replaced over here. As you can see in the output, it is going to, instead of this percent John and instead of this %d, I will be having 21. So John is 21 years old. Likewise, it is going to give me the output. Now let's see for which different type of data we are having different types of format specifiers, or you can say format symbols. So if you want to go for a single character, you will be using C. For string, S. For integers or decimal numbers, you will be having D. For floating point numbers, you will be having F. Then for unsigned integer, you will be having U. And for exponential, you can use either small e or capital E. Now, we are also having another option by which we can format the string. So here, directly we are having a format function which will allow us to format the string. So instead of using the percent operator, we may use over here the format function. The syntax for it, instead of writing %s, %d, etc., you can directly write these curly braces, and after that you have to use a dot operator and the name of the function, that is format, and in bracket you have to give the value by which you want to replace these brackets. Let's see an example. Again we will take the same example. Here I have declared a variable name which is having a value John. Now here I am printing the sentence, hello, my name is. So here, instead of remembering whether I want to print a string, whether I want to print a character or any other integer, so directly give the curly braces. So with this, curly braces will be replaced by any of the value which you are giving over here. It can be either integer value, character value, or any string value. Simply what you need to do, you have to write a dot operator along with that format, and in bracket pass the variable name. So here it will give me the output as hello, my name is John. Likewise, you may say see in the second sentence, here my roll number is dash and I got dash marks. So these curly brackets will be just empty brackets where we have to pass the value. So instead of passing the variables, you may pass directly the values itself. So this is going to give you the output, my roll number is 12 and I got 72 marks. That means whichever values you are going to pass within this bracket, that will be replaced over here instead of this opening curly brackets. Okay. So now next point is string operators. As you can see, we have already seen in the data types also the different operators. Again, let's take an overview of it. So this plus symbol is nothing but concatenation operator. Concatenation means joining the two values. Here we can say joining the two strings. So suppose here I have given an example. The variable A has a value high, variable B has a value by. So if I combine these two values, A plus B, so it is going to give me the value high by. Definitely you have to write this particular thing in the print command. So if you are going to write print, likewise print A plus B, it is going to give you the output high by. So this is what the use of this concatenation operator. That means when we want to join the two different strings. Then second operator is repetition operator. Generally this is used for multiplication. So what it is going to multiply? It is going to multiply the same string the number of times by which you are giving the value. That means suppose I have declared a variable A is equal to high and I am giving a command a star 3. That means repeat these particular strings value 3 times. So here it will give me the output high, high and high. Next operation is slice. So as we have seen indexing, right? So in indexing you might have seen that I had given an example that str of 2. So this is nothing but a slice operation. That means when I want to access a particular character from the whole string, at that time I use this slice operation. So here I have declared a variable or declared a string hello. So a of 1, that means what? It is going to give me the variable, the character value which is stored at position 1. So as we know, it starts with 0, so h will have 0, e will have 1. So it should display me the character e. So it is going to give me the output e. This is what? Slice operation. Then again we are having one more slice operation which is taking some range. That is range slice. That means what? Suppose I want to extract more than one character from the string. At that time I use this range slice. What does it exactly means? Just directly see the example. Here I have given 1:4. That means it should give me the value or the characters which will start from first position or first index up to not 4th, 4 minus 1 position. It takes the value 1 less than this value. So here I am having hello. So H E L L O. So it starts with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So here I have given the range 1 and here it is 4. So from 1 it will start and 4 minus 1. That means it is only going to display me E L L. This is 1 is here inclusive and here E4 is exclusive. That means including this value and excluding this value. That means 1 minus this last value. So it will display up to the 3rd index. Next operator is in operator. This is nothing but membership operator. Again later also we are going to see what is exactly these membership operator. Just have a small introduction of this. Here I have declared an string hello. So if I want to check whether a particular character is present in that string or not, in that case I use the in membership operator. See here, as I have written, I am checking whether O is present in the string hello or variable A or not. So if it is present, it gives me the output true. If suppose instead of this O, I would have written A in the variable A, or let's take T, S, whatever character. So as we know, T, S or A are not present in this variable or string hello, then it is going to give me the output false. Simply by the name itself we come to know that whether it is an in or not in. We are also having another operator that is not in, that we'll see in the coming topics. Now next topic in the string is built-in methods and functions. So what are different built-in methods and functions which are available for the string? That means we can directly perform the operations on the strings. So first is capitalize. So capitalize doesn't mean that the whole alphabets or whole characters in the string will get capitalized. So it is a bit confusing one, that the name suggests that it is going to capitalize the whole string, but it's not likewise. It is like every first character of the string will be capitalized. That means, see here example. Here I have declared a string Python. When I will be using this function var, that means the variable name dot capitalize, it is only going to capitalize the first alphabet, rest all the characters will be converted to the lower case. Likewise, suppose you are giving some another string with all the lower cases. So again it will perform the same operation. It will capitalize the first character, that means the 0th index character with the capital case. Rest all the case will be the small case. Then we are having case fold. That means converts string into lower case. This is one of the second function which we are having. So again we are having lower also one of the function. So case fold and lower are nothing but one and the same. They are just going to convert any of the character, whether it is in capital, whether it is in lower case, it is going to convert it into lower case. Same way we are having over here this lower function. So same, converts all the characters of a string into lower case. So again here I have declared the string in the upper case. When I give the command print var.lower, it is going to give me the output in everything in the small case. See next example, upper. Definitely you might have understood now. If lower is going to convert into lower case, upper is going to convert it into upper case. That means whichever string you are passing and you are calling the function upper over it, it is going to convert all the alphabets or characters into the upper case. Then swap case. You might have seen, we have seen a program of swapping. That means interchanging the value. But here we don't want to interchange the value. Here we are changing the case of that string. That means capital will be converted to small and smallest will be converted to capital. So here as you can see, I have declared a variable with the string Python where P and T are capital and Y, H, O, N are in lowercase. So when I will be using this function over this variable, it is going to convert the uppercase letter into lower one and the lowercase letter into the upper one. So your output will be in the reverse form. Next is title. So again title is going to work according to the capitalize only. Here again the words will start with the uppercase and the rest of the alphabets or characters will be in the lowercase. So here I have declared a string welcome to Python lecture. As you can see, each and every alphabet or character in this string are in lowercase. But when I am using this title case, it is going to make the changes to every first character of the string. That means here every character of the string will be converted to capital case. As you can see over here, W, T, P and L, which were lower in this string, will be converted to upper over here. Then we are having this another function, that is count. So what exactly the count does? It returns the number of items the substring str, that means any of the in that string occurs. That means it will count that particular character which the user want to count has occurred in the given string how many times. Like suppose we used to many a time we used to see that in a particular page how many times the alphabet or the word the or the single any alphabet S has been occurred. So that is nothing but counting a particular character in a particular string, that how many times it has occurred. Let's directly go to the example. Here I have declared an string tech beamers and I want to know a particular alphabet, that is or particular character E, that this E has been occurred how many times in this particular string. So simply I'll write var dot count and I'll pass the value which I want to check. Now as you can see in the example, E has been occurred 1, 2 and 3 times. So it will give me the output 3. Likewise, instead of storing the value of E in some variable, you can directly pass the value to the count function. So that is also going to give me the answer 3. Now see, Here I am using, or I am trying to find out the capital E. Now as you can say, E is E, whether it may be capital or small, but no, here it checks the value according to its case. That means the count function is case sensitive. And what are exactly these particular two values which I am using over here? That is nothing but, suppose in the whole string, if I want to check that in a particular position only I want to check the occurrence of this alphabet. That means I want to check from the 0th index till the 4th index, not 5. 1 less than this 5. It is exclusive. So it is going to check for the characters 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So whether in between these particular substring the E has occurred. Now as you can see, in our string we don't have capital E. So even if you would have given only capital E without this range, then also your answer would have been 0. Or even if you are giving this range, that search for from 0 to 5, then also it is going to give you the answer as 0. So this is nothing but the count function, where we can check that a single character has been occurred within the string how many times. Now next function types are comparison function. That means we are going to compare the given string with different types. That means suppose I want to check whether the given string is in lower case, whether the given string is in upper case, or whether it is having some decimal value, whether all the strings in the all the characters in the string are digits, etc. Let's see one by one. So first of all, for checking whether my string is in lower case or not, then for that I will be writing the function is lower. As you have seen in previous case, we were having directly a lower function which was making us allowing us to convert the whole string into lowercase. But in comparison function, it is allowing us to check whether the given string is in lower case or not. So here, as you can see, this I am having P to be capital and rest of the characters are in small. So when I will be writing var dot is lower, it is going to give me the output as false. Same way, if everything is in lower case, it will give me the answer as true. Same way, reverse case is for upper function. That means if all the alphabets are in capital, it is going to give me the answer true. If any of the character in the string is in lower case, it is definitely going to give me the output to be false. Then as you can see, is decimal. So what is decimal is for? It will check whether my variable is having all the characters in a decimal number or not. That means integers. So if you are having an decimal numbers over here, it is going to return you true, else it is going to return you false. That means if I am adding any of the alphabet from A to Z over here, that is 2020A, 2020Y, anything, then it is going to return me false. So it is going to return true only if it is having integer numbers in it. Then I am having is digit. So what do you mean by is digit? So any character for which is decimal is true and some characters in the no category. What do you mean by this? That means we can have the exponential values also. In decimal, we are just going to have the integer values, but in digits, it may be in any of the form, that is complex number form, exponential form, or even your integers or even your floating point numbers. It is going to give me the answer true. Only for characters it is going to give me the false. Here in decimal, if you will be writing exponential etc., it is again going to return you false over here. But is digit will reply me true for exponential also. Then next function I am having is numeric. That means it is going to give me the answer true if all the characters of the string are either numeric digit or decimal. That means for the combination of characters, that is alphabets and your digits, it is going to give me false. And only when it will be having purely digits, any of the numeric digits or decimal numbers or exponential numbers, when all are of same type, then it is going to give me the answer true. When you are including alphabets in it, it is going to give me the answer false. So these are few comparison functions which we are using for the strings. Two more functions we are having for this comparisons. As you have seen, we are having functions for finding the decimal, finding the numeric values, etc. Likewise, when I want to check that whether my given string is purely filled with characters or not, so at that time it is going to use this function, that is alpha. So what do you mean by is alpha? That means the whole string is prepared or declared with the help of characters only or not. So if I write a string with the decimal numbers in it or with the digits, then at that time it is going to give me false. When purely my string is made up of only characters, at that time it is going to give me true value. See, here you can see an example. Here I have written only Python and dot is alpha, so it is going to return me true. But when I am including, I am adding 3 over here, then at that time when I call this function, it is going to result me with false. Then I am having another function when it is going to check alnum, that means alphabet also and number also. So many a times we may have a string which is a combination of digits and characters, or you can say alphabets. At that time I will be using this function, that whether my string is made up of only characters, only numbers, or combination of these alphabets and numbers. So when I will be having a particular string, that is, it returns true if string contains at least one character, at least it has one character and all other characters are either alphabet or decimal digits. That means here, in case if I write only Python, at that time also it is going to return me true. And when I will be writing Python 3, at that time also it is going to return me true. Then when it is going to return me false, it will return me false when all the characters will be of digits. So this type of strings, actually these comparison functions are checked when you are inserting some data in the forms. Like for example, when you are filling your examination forms and you have been asked to enter your mobile number. So in mobile number specifically you should have integers to be inserted. At that time it should not allow you to insert characters or alphabets or exponential numbers or any complex numbers. So these are the application of these comparison functions in different when we are using or when we are developing such type of forms. So I hope you might have understood the comparison functions. Only comparison functions will have only digits, alphabets, then numerics, etc. Now next, one more type of functions are nothing but search functions. So as the name suggests, it will allow me to search some characters or some substrings in an given string. So first let's see the first function, that is find. So here as you can see, we are having str and then I, comma, j parameters. Simply remember, in any of the function when you will be given this I and j characters, they are nothing but the starting index and the end index. By default the starting index is 0 and by default the j, that is end index, will be the length of the string. That means whatever may be the length of the string, accordingly this last index will be changed, or last this parameter will be changed. So suppose you want to find that whether this particular any of the substring is present in the given string or not. At that time you can use the find function. Directly we'll see the example. here we are having the var variable. So here tech beamers, right? So I want to check whether beam substring is present in the given string or not. So for that, what I'll do, I'll call the function var, that means the given string dot find, and in parameters I will send the substring which I want to search. So here, instead of giving the indexes, that is starting index and end index, I can directly pass the substring only. By default, it will take the value as 0 and the length of the string. So as we know, beam is present over here, then it will give me the output as 5. So what is exactly this 5? 5 is nothing but the index of this B. As you can see, T is having 0, 1, 2, 3. This space will have 4 and this B will have the index 5. So accordingly, it is going to give me the output 5. Now next, again I can write same command, that is var dot find str comma 4. Now here only one index has been given, and that index becomes the starting index. When only one parameter is being passed, so that is considered as a starting parameter or starting index. So it will start searching from 4th. So again, same as we know, beam is at position 5, so it is going to give me with 5. Then again, now see here, I have just made a changes of 7. So again the starting index will be of 7. So from it is going to search from here, that means from the position of A. So as you can see, after A, I am not going to get any of the substring beam. So it will reply me with -1. So this is how find function is being used over strings. Now see, index. Again, index is also like find only. The only difference between the find function and the index function is that when here it is not getting the string. So as we have seen, when the string was not present from the 7th position, it was giving me an output -1. But in index function, it will give me the output of value error. That means substring not found. Here it will send the value as -1. Here it is properly going to give me an error that substring is not found. This is the only difference between find and index. Now, what do you mean by rfind? Rfind is also similar to this find only the difference is, suppose here I have declared a string. This is a good example, and above further also I am having some string, and somewhere I have written is new to all, etc, etc. Suppose I am having multiple lines. So if I want to find the string is in this sentence, so what rfind will allow me, it will give me the last found string. That means suppose I have added few sentences. This is a good example, and is a new to all. So when it is going to find the substring is, as I can see, I am having this is 2 times in this string, over here also, over here also. So in such cases, it may get confused whether I should report for this or I should report to this. So in rfind, it gives me the last found substring. That means instead of replying me with this index, it is going to reply me with this index. That means the index for this is will be displayed. Now here I have just given a small example. So if it is finding the is, it is going to give me the 5, that is the 5th location. If after example also, or let's take after A, here suppose I was having another is, so what it will do, this in this command it would have replied me with, see, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So it would have replied me with 9 instead of 5. When it is having more than 2 times or more than 1 time a string, it is going to reply with me the last found, which is at the last. And then again, if it is going to find from the 10th position, then it, if not found, then it is going to give me an error with -1. 1. Then already we have seen the count operation, that means at a particular character is at how many times in that particular string. We have already gone through this count function. See over here, that means a particular character is found how many times in a particular string. So we have already seen the count. It replies with the number of times the particular character will be found in that string. So count and this are nothing but count, then rfind, index, find are nothing but the search functions which we are using over different strings.